my goodness, what have you done? Look at all the babies. Look. You have done so good, Mama. Look at all your babies. Oh, my stars. Look at all the babies. Easter egger babies. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we got one little egg left. Okay, are you still in your egg? What you doing? Look at all the babies. Oh, my. Okay, get on them, baby. Good girl. Good mama. Good mama. You see? My chicken. I see you. I see you. We see you. All right, guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Patara with you. Going to talk about an important subject, and I'm going to show you what we've got going on over here, okay? So it is wintertime, and I want to explain to you during this time of season why it's important for you to be engaged, okay? Engaged with your broody mamas and your mama hens. A lot of times you get the question, which is exactly where this came from, okay? I got a question in my homesteading group asking if I let my Silkie mom have her, hatch these eggs that she's on right now, will she be able to successfully raise them? Okay, so before I answer this question multiple ways, let me explain to you right now, there is a fundamental difference between having a broody mama and then having a mama hen. You can be one or the other, or you can be both, depending on, in my opinion, not only the breed of chicken that you're talking about. Also, I think it also is subjective to a one hen. In other words, if you go and you get a particular breed of hens, like I do, that are prone to not only go broody, but to be mamas too, or can be, then you need to understand that if that's the only thing, that's what you get that breed for, there's going to be hens even within your flock that are going to be better at certain things than others. They're all different. It's just like a group of women. I mean, you're going to have women, homesteading women. That doesn't mean every single one of us is the best at crocheting. Doesn't mean that every single one of us is the best at bread making or milking a cow. We may understand certain things and we may have all done certain things, but somebody has a knack for it. So understand that first. Second of all, you need to understand your breeds of chickens. Okay, so let's get to it. The question really comes down to silkies. Okay, I have had broody mamas in the wintertime. This is for a couple years in a row now, okay? And I have always had great success with my broody mamas being mama hens. Just let it be. Just let it be. But the deal is, I took that lid off on purpose. But the deal is, this is the first time that I've had a lot of broody silkies. You need to understand that breed is very different than an Easter egger or a Rhode Island red or whatever, okay? I got silkies for my farm because they're adorable, who doesn't love them, but also because they are known to be the best broodies. Being a broody mama does not necessarily mean she's going to be the best mama hen. So why is this coming up? So they want to know, will she raise the babies? It's going to be below 30 degrees here. I'm going to tell you right now, in my personal experience, if you have a broody silkie in the middle of winter, and when I say winter, I'm talking about it's in the 30s and 40s. We're talking cold weather, people. I would highly recommend that when she hatches her clutch, that you may want to step in and take the babies. That is exactly what I have done, and I'm on my second time doing that. And when I have learned to do that, my silkies survive. I had one that had spraddle leg and some neurological issues, but that was going to happen regardless. This brooder over here is full of silkies besides Buttercup right here. This brooder right here has my own hatchlings that are silkies and mixed breeds and purebred breeds of Moran and Buff Orpington in here, and some of them have been hatched by a silkie. And I have decided to pull them all, incubate them all, and put them together in the brooder in the kitchen. Okay, it's going to be a very cold weekend, and I have found that the silkie does an excellent job at being broody. She is like, I told somebody today, I said, I have never seen such fierce, tremendous concentration on hatching eggs, more so than I've ever seen with a silkie. But be right back. Okay, that was the man. Let me know he's on his way home. So, back to the video, regardless of dogs, husbands, children, everything. So the moral of the story here is when my silky mama has hatched her babies, okay, and it is cold temperatures outside, why am I pulling them? Why am I bringing them in? It is because I have found that the silkies are not the best mama hens. Now somebody's going to get on down below in the comments and tell you how their silky mama has raised 167,472 chicks. And that's great. But I'm trying to increase your odds, particularly in the winter months. I had a Welsomer. I've had Buff Orpingtons. I've had several other breeds that went broody in the winter, hatched some babies, and were on those babies like crazy. What I'm finding is when the silkies are hatching their babies, the babies get up eventually and hey, wrong brooder. Come here. Come here. Sit here. Just stay there. I have found that the silkies, what they do is they're so committed to staying on the clutch that when the babies get up and get out and go eat and scratch and drink and scurry around, she doesn't get up with them to direct them as much, okay? They're kind of on their own. She's not real good at calling them back to her to keep them warm. She is sitting there in that dead, just concentration, still finishing off hatching those eggs, okay? So those babies get up on their own way and own direction, and they get out, and what happens is they chill, and they freeze, and they get really cold, and they die, okay? So when I've had a Welsomer or a Buff Orpington in this scenario, they might hatch a couple of baby chicks, and then it's like all of a sudden, why don't you just get up on my shoulder? It's like all of a sudden they're torn. They want to be a mama. So you have to then make a decision, is she going to finish hatching out the rest of the clutch? Because her mode switches to raising babies as opposed to being broody. That's what I have seen with the silkies, and why I'm pulling them, so I can give them the chance to be in the brooder, to stay warm, to have a real chance at making it, and there's no competition for them. They're getting their heat, they're getting their warmth, and they stay at the temperature they want. I will tell you that even in my house, let me tell you something else that increases the odds too for these babies. Even though the heat's on, we're about to build a fire in the wood stove because it's going to get really cold, so we're going to go back to doing that. I have found that if I put a little heat source near the brooder, now I'm not talking about in the brooder, I'm talking about, you see right there? I have a heater on. I'm in the kitchen today. I'm working on the laptop. We've done some homeschooling. I'm about to cook dinner. I'm fussing with chickens. So I'm in here monitoring it. It's not sitting up next to it. It's not even on high heat. It's just a little extra oomph. When I put my silkies, which are in that brooder over there, when I brought them in for my last silkie 4 weeks ago, I had them in there by my wood stove. They still had their little heat source in there, but the room was very cozy. They all made it, except for one with a neurological problem, okay? So I just want to say that's why I responded the way that I did about silkies. I encourage you to have silkies. I think silkies are wonderful chickens. They lay great little eggs. They're sweet. They're funny. They certainly are excellent broodies, but you may have to step in in particularly in the cool months, which could be fall, winter, and spring, depending on where you are, I would not risk those babies in a cold area outside in your barn or your coop. Some people will tell you to add a heat source out there. You know I don't do that. So if I know she's broody and I have elected for her to continue to be broody and to hatch eggs, then I already know that I'm going to be stepping in. Some folks don't want to do that. They have this, survival of the fittest attitude. Well, I have a different approach on my farm. Let me show you these babies. Everything's going at one time. Dogs, cats, chickens, everything. So, and look here. Yeah. So let's show you these babies and let me show you what I'm doing. I hope this helps you out. Okay. Hey, I gotta put you somewhere. I'm gonna put you back over with your babies. Okay? Hey. No. No, here. Come up on my hand. No. Here. That wasn't the idea. Are you gonna? Okay. Okay. You win. All right, guys. So this little brooder, we're going to be changing the brooder. Okay, we're going to get a bigger one in the next day or two. Look. Look. Okay, real quick, guys. So these are babies that literally have come from the Silkie hatching them and from my own incubator. Okay, so some of these were going to be in here by default. What I decided to do is go ahead and pull some of them, obviously all the ones from the Silkie, and put them in here. I want to show you this baby right here. Look here, this is my newest baby. It's a little Silkie. This Silkie, come here, you little squirt. This Silkie hatched 2 or 3 days ago. Look how much bigger than it is, and getting around so much better than this Silkie. Do you see this? This is my newest baby today. Look how much smaller they are. So you have to recognize the fact that when you are hatching Silkies, they are more delicate, okay? That's just part of it. But what I've done is I've put them in the brooder. They're going to be in here for a day or two. This is small. I want them to be small and warm. I've got a heater right here, making this right here. That's why it's nice and cozy. It's not burning hot. It's a low heat, just to keep the area really warm for them. They are starting to now come over and eat, which I'm playing mother hen. Come on. Right there, and they've got their water. I will be giving them electrolytes, the typical standard stuff. But I'm just saying, guys, you got to step in with these broody mamas a lot of times in the cold months, depending upon the breed. We appreciate you watching. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Look at all this cuteness. Can you believe it? I know, I'm like in hog heaven. So what I'll do next is I'll hop over and I'm going to show you my Silkies that have made it, that I brought them all in about a month ago, and they are inside. So let's take a look at them. Okay, real quick. So here are my Silkies from about a month ago. Do you remember Miss Jones' babies? Brought them all in, put them in with Buttercup, who's walking around on the floor and who was standing on top of my head. And they've all been raised together. You can see how well they are doing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Because there were 9 eggs total, 1 didn't hatch, and then 1 didn't make it. So that's how that rolled with that whole clutch. But I took them from Miss Joan and I brought them all in, and this is where they're living right now. Once we get through this cold snap and they push a little bit, another few more days, we're going to acclimate them probably out in the barn, okay, depending on what the weather does. So I just am telling you, if you really want some success with your baby chicks in the cold months, these are the things you need to consider. Breed, what is broody versus mama hen, and, just being willing to jump in and work with all of the animals that you have. That is what homesteaders do. Thanks for watching. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. We'll talk to you soon. Don't forget about the Great Appalachian Homesteading Conference. Chickens for children. I think Silkies might be on that list. What do you think? I think so. Talk to y'all soon.